guys, gals, non-binary pals, we might have something here. We're going to do a quick walk through this map. We're going to go get the boss, and then we're going to talk about it. You can see this is a tier 16 map. There's your mods. All of the flasks are automated. And we're going to go ahead and just clear this skill bar over here, leaving only Vortex on left click, because we're walking today. We might be back. Let's find out. Where the hell is everybody? Alright. It took that long to spawn the Eater influence. So the single target was never the strong part of these builds. So I might die here. No, I think we're alright. Where'd he go? There you go. It works, right? So what do we have going on here? Well, I recently saw a video from Wolfio talking about an interesting interaction with the replica Doedra's Damning Power Ring. The line on the ring, you can apply one fewer curse if you have no extra sources of additional curse. This sets your curse limit to 0. So what happens if you attempt to apply a curse when the curse limit is 0? Well, as it turns out, you get credit for cursing the enemy, but the curse is not applied to the enemy. When you combine this with this curse mastery, recover 1% of mana and life when you curse a non-cursed enemy. This means you are getting that recovery on every hit. Every time you hit an enemy, you will get this recovery. And that appears to be per curse you attempt to apply. Back to my inventory, I have a random pair of gloves from my stash with elemental weakness on hit, and a random ring with flammability on hit. Now, it doesn't matter what the curses are because they're not being applied, just as long as they are different curses. Now, I threw this together, again, just over the past couple hours. This is just the stuff that I had in my stash. I bought the ring, but everything else I already had. So what do we do with this? Well, recovering 2% of life and mana on every hit when you can generate so many hits gives us all the recovery we need to go back to our old friend, the Eye of Innocence amulet. Combined with the Shaper of Flames, every hit that we put out will ignite enemies. And thanks to the amulet, every time we ignite, we take 120 fire damage, which if you have 75% resistances, that comes down to 30. So we're taking 30 damage on every hit, but we're recovering 2% of life. So it's actually an incredible net gain of life on hit, while still taking damage so that we can run cast when damage taken setups. Now, ever since Expedition, the worst thing to ever happen to this build was when they changed how triggered spells work and caused them to still require the mana cost to be spent to cast them. Back in the day, mana only applied to casting something. Triggered skills were not subject to their mana cost. That is not the case anymore. But now, if we can recover 2% of our mana every hit, we can keep up with that mana cost. So our actual damage dealer is going to be here thanks to Kitava's Thirst. Get a 50% chance to trigger spells socketed in this helm whenever you spend 100% mana on a skill. Now that's not over time. It has to be a single cost of at least 100 mana. You flip a coin and you cast the spell if you get it. We've got Volatile Dead socketed in here. And that is linked with Concentrated Effect, Spell Cascade, and Awakened Fire Pen that I stole off of my bosser. Because I needed some way to inflict exposure, because that is just a large portion of Elementalist's damage. And if we can't apply curses, that's a lot of negative res you're missing out on. But that's how we're dealing the damages with this. You could ignore the corruption. This just happened to be the Kitava's Thirst I had in my stash. Our 6-link setup here. A level 1 cast when damage taken. This is with Ball Lightning and Blazing Salvo. We've got it linked with Combustion, GMP, and Slower Proj. And if we look at those skills over here, Ball Lightning costs 100 mana. Blazing Salvo costs 106 mana. So every time this level 1 cast when damage taken goes off, we're getting 2 chances to trigger this Volatile Dead. We have another cast when damage taken setup over here with Desecrate linked to Spell Cascade. So every time this level 1 goes off, we get 10 corpses on the ground. Volatile Dead consumes 3 times 3 with its own spell cascade, so we're creating 10, consuming 9. So we always have a surplus of corpses. We also have Firestorm thrown on here just to generate additional hits. And over here, another level 1 cast when damage taken. This one with Blade Vortex. I like Blade Vortex because you can carry it from pack to pack. So if you blow up one pack, you get some Blade Vortices, and you can bring them to the next pack to generate the next sequence of hits to start the machine up again. And I like Stormbrand because in single target or low target number situations, it allows you to deal damage or have a number of hits happen over a period of time. And those are both linked with Power Charge on crit, because I am attempting to go with a crit setup here. For auras, we're running Determination and Anger. And then we have Vortex linked with Unbound Ailments, just to increase the chill and shock effect that we get from Vortex. Now, in a little more comfortable and less memey setup, we also have Flame Dash and Stormbrand, a higher level Stormbrand. You can just drop this on packs to help start everything up, and then of course a Flame Dash to move around and to blink when you need to do it. On the tree, it's mostly just life, fire elemental damage, some of your aura nodes, but most importantly, we do go down here and we take Forethought, because this is required to get our mana cost on our 2 skills up over 100. Now, I don't know where we're going to go with this. It's pretty late in the league, so I very well may not do a full build guide for this, but I will snapshot the build as you see it in this video, and I'll have a link to that POB in the description, so you can check it out. I'm going to play with this over the next couple weeks. I may come out with an update. But honestly, I just really hope that this interaction with the 0 curse limit and the mastery survives into next league. If it does, then we will have a new Path of Walking Simulator build. I mean, frankly, I feel like we have one already right here. I just haven't I haven't put the effort and time into it to really make it as good as I can make it. But this was too good to not share with you guys as it is. Because 2 hours ago, This this was a cold dot elementalist that was my league starter, and now it's this. So I'm very excited to see where this takes us. And thank you for coming along for the ride. Everyone, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We're going to see where this takes us. And I hope everybody has a good day.